So his
About a
views
month,
start to
yeah.
get low. So then we pivot back to complaining. But in this arc of complaining and bitching about the trolling, Batgasm starts a new scamathon. He has a couple $100 where he's going to shave a head. The scam of this scamathon was it didn't say whose head was going to get shaved, okay? Decides to shave his mentally unstable friend's head on stream. So like he reached his scamathon goal, and instead of shaving his head, okay.
Well, in his defense, he didn't. I don't think did he know that he was mentally unstable at the time.
Well, we don't know if he knew like how unstable, right? But
well, we can give him the benefit of the doubt in saying he didn't know at the time. Prior,
yeah,
to
we
the
can give
episode.
him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't know at the prior of the time. I think it's worth, for the record, for the court of public opinion, to see this shit. Here we go. So I just want to show. This is friend.
I don't think his
on.
friend might have volunteered. That's fine. I don't think him even shaving. So you saying he scanned because he shaved?
Well, no, that was like part of the joke or whatever. That it was like because people thought he was going to shave his own head or whatever.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the thing.
Batgasm's like grinning and laughing about this shit, right?
Yeah, this guy, you're just mates. I get the laughing. I think it's more the issue of once the guy has his episode.
So I just want to point out here, look at the clock. 13:57, okay? Like this shit's insane. He starts screaming at Bat. Bat doesn't know how to handle the situation. Then we get to this, where Bat's like fucking choke slamming him on the, like before this, like he was like about to show his cock on stream, and then Bat fucking choke slams him, right?
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, and then okay, so this is pretty fucking dramatic, right?
Why does it go for the throat?
If you look at the clock, he was like doing this for at least half an hour, right? At this point, this has no audio because instead of ending the stream, Batgasm just muted his microphone and continued the stream while he was like having a fucking crash out, right? And then he finally kicks him out or like gets someone to come pick him up, and then he farms it for like another hour and a half afterwards.
And I think this is where he's blaming. I feel like this is where he got a hate boner for me.
Yeah.
For me after this, because he reached out to us after saying, "Hey, don't show those clips," basically, or don't talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Which we were like, yeah,
we already were like, okay, just to preface it, me and NTYs like heard about this. Of course we heard about it, right? But then like we were like, we're not going to talk about
like anything that happens. I get pinged. I get sent clips. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm in there sometimes too.
Yeah, but, sure. I'm watching it as well. I missed this live, right? I didn't see this happen like when it was happening. Okay. But then like, you know, this shit gets saved and we saw it. People sent it to us, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like it's important to state that me and NTYs originally were like, we're not going to fucking talk about or show this because it's kind of fucked up, right? But then I don't know if you want to like talk about it, but somehow
he just reached us and said, I'm begging you, and he's going to release the DM, so you'll see it.
Yeah.
And you'll see that I'm not lying. He said something along the lines of like, I'm begging you, don't show this. And I was like, I think I said something along the lines of, I'm surprised you thought that we would, which I was surprised. If he doesn't agree with us being surprised about it, then so be it. But all I said was, I'm surprised that you would think that we would. However, and I feel like this is fair criticism.
Yeah.
Yes, he didn't ask for the criticism, but again, I don't care. I just said, like, if it is this big of a deal for you, you might want to get ahead of it because the clips are still up, which he said I'm lied about. I wasn't lying about them because I was looking at the clips as I was typing this message to him. Because like I said, people were sending me the clips as well.
Correct.
The clips are there on his when he sent me a message. The clips were still on his channel. Obviously, they've now been deleted.
Yeah, of course. Because it's
but
like
my issue, what I said is, if it's that big of a deal, maybe get ahead of the clips because they're circulating around. You obviously won't be able to get to those ones, but you can at least remove the ones from your channel. And then I think I might have mentioned, because this is the biggest one for me, was if it was that big of a deal, why did you? Because he eventually ended stream.
Yeah.
It took him a very long time, but he eventually ended stream. But then he booted his stream back up again.
Yes.
Like a debrief on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he farmed it for another hour and a half afterwards. So, like,
yeah,
he farmed it for at least an hour. He didn't end stream in the middle of the chaos, right? He continued to, like, stream the entire thing. The only thing that made Batgasm, like, jump out of his fucking skin to stop him. This is the thing. He literally farmed. Sorry, MT Wise. I'm gonna get into it. He literally farmed a guy with mental illness for like fucking 3 hours on his stream. Well, this is the other thing. He claims that he stopped it immediately. He claims that he like shut down the whole thing immediately. I'm not going to replay this shit.
Because I heard he say something like, "Oh, we didn't know it was going." Yeah, he did. He said something along those lines. We didn't know it was going on, but when we did, we shut it down. It's like you didn't. You kicked off another.
No. You farmed it for the mental breakdown while the guy's literally crying in a chair in front of you for like 45 minutes. Then he like goes nuts and yells at you. And that's when you start to freak out because apparently you're going to get kicked out of your apartment. Not because your friend's having a mental breakdown, because you're going to get kicked out. Then he mutes. Instead of like ending the stream and dealing with the situation, he mutes his mic, and then the guy tries to show his cock. It's the same amount
of effort to go into your computer and muting than it is to just clicking end stream.
Yeah.
It's the exact same effort.
So then he like goes to show his cock, still doesn't end stream, by the way, right? And then he finally ends stream and then fucking comes back after that whole event, and then he fucking chats about it with his stream for another hour and a half